What is going on with my camera? Good morning, Facebook. Come on in. Having some issues with Periscope. There will be no Periscope today. And we're going to get started in just a second. Power off. I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. No worries. We will get this party started. Good morning to you, Lisa. Good morning to you, sir. Don't know how to pronounce your name, but how are you? Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Money Matters Morning Show, where we talk all things faith, finances, and the freedom of good credit. And I am Nefateria Robinson, and I help professionals who have had credit challenges increase their credit worthiness. So if you haven't already, please tag and share. I truly, truly appreciate that. If you're not following me currently on all social media platforms, I am Nefateria Robinson. Except for on Twitter, I'm ACT with Nef. So for this week, we've been talking about financial rules that you should be playing by if you're 30 plus. So if you missed the other two broadcasts, you can catch them in the replays. Also, you can catch me here every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Money Matters Morning Show. So let's get started. Number 13 for today is make a will. So a lot of times we don't want to even think about making a will. We don't want to talk about death with people, that's important to us, with our loved ones, but it's important that we make this happen because it's over 55% of people that have not drafted a will. So it's very important that you sit down and get this will done for you and your loved ones. If you're in the local Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area, the State Employee Credit Union does offer, will do that service for you for a nice, reasonable fee. So make sure that you look into that as well. There's also lawyers that will do will services for you. If your spouse has kids, you may want to ensure that, or he or she may want to ensure that they're taking care of an event of a death. I told my husband, as you die, so does your wishes. So if there are things, he has kids from a previous marriage, if there are things that you want to ensure that they get, then you need to make sure that when we do this will, you make sure that that it's in the will, however you want it to be, your assets to be distributed with as far as your kids go. So I think it's very important that you have that conversation and you do it extremely early. Don't wait. Make sure you're taking the time to, sit down and discuss that thing. And number 14 is be mindful of your beneficiaries. I'm typing it in, mindful of your beneficiaries. I think I spelled that right. But anyway, be mindful of that. So prior to me being married, my mom and my brothers were my beneficiaries on all things that I had that required me to have one. When I got married, I did change that. I changed that over to my husband, and I actually changed it also to my nieces and nephews because I currently don't have any kids. So just make sure that those things are in place. If for whatever reason you get married and something happens to your spouse and they're no longer with you and they haven't changed those things and their beneficiary is their mom or their siblings or someone else, then there's no guarantee that that person is going to think about you and say, oh, you know what, you were their spouse. Even though I was a beneficiary, I am going to, split these assets or, help you out with what was left to me. People may not think like that. They might be like, well, it's not my business. It's not maybe he wanted or she wanted me to have it. And it was a reason why you weren't the beneficiary on whatever policies that you may have. So just make sure that you make sure those things are updated according to who you want to receive what in case of, of death. Number 15, prepare for the unexpected with supplemental insurance. So, in case of you may be disabled or something may happen, you may look into short-term or long-term disability to ensure that your household is financially taken care of. If something was to happen to you, you was to become disabled for whatever reason. You may also, if you have kids that may need braces or things of that nature, you may look into supplementary orthodontics or some other type of supplementary dental insurance or some kind of supplementary coverage if your children has any kind of special needs or things like that. Just check with your local health insurance provider to find out what additional coverages are available and if they fit what you need for your household, and then make sure that you're covered in that way. Number 16 is preparing for the cost of kids. Preparing for the cost of kids, children. So as you know, for those who have kids, and I just hear from the stories of my friends that do have kids, that it's very expensive to raise your child, whether it's the daycare cost, or if you want your child to go to private school, or it's just childcare in period, child care, after school care, before school care. They need braces if they do have any kind of special needs. If you want them to be in certain programs, you want to play the piano, play baseball, football, whatever, all those things are costly. Plus, I heard they eat you out of a house and home, so your food expenses is going to go up. And then also, you know, when it comes time to go to college, you want to be prepared for that as well. So just make sure, if you do decide to have kids, or if you already have kids, just make sure you're preparing for them financially in all aspects of that. At one point, when me and my husband was having that discussion about kids, I personally went to private school, so I wanted my kid to go to private school. So at least for the first part of their life anyway. So we looked into those costs of private schools and things of that nature. So, you know, just make sure if you have an opportunity to plan before you decide to have a child, then make sure you're looking at all the costs that's going to come based on what you want, the things that you want your child to have or an experience. So make sure you plan for the children, plan for the cost of kids. Good morning, Naomi. How are you doing, sweetie? Number 17 is start saving for college. If you're just joining me, this week we've been talking about all the rules you should be playing by financially. If you're 30 plus, yesterday and the day before I gave some of the rules. Today I'm giving some more rules, and I will continue this series throughout the week. So please make sure you catch the replay, tag and share if you missed the broadcast from yesterday. I truly, truly appreciate it. So now we're on 17. Start saving for college. So like I said, preparing for the kids' cost, you need to start saving for college for your kids as well. It's, in my personal opinion, as soon as you have that baby, that birthday, you need to definitely start saving for college. That's not saying that, you know, your child wouldn't get some kind of scholarship or some kind of grant money or anything like that, but there may be some supplementary things that, you know, may not be covered, and you want to try your best to avoid your kid getting a student loan. Or instance, so many clients where they have student loans and that is affecting their credit worthiness and things like that, you know. But if somebody had prepared, you know, to assist them with their college expenses, they may not have as many loans or as high of loans as far as how much loans they had to get. So just kind of be mindful of that. Make sure you're preparing for your kids' colleges. There are plans out there. There's a 529 plan, like a college saving plan that's sponsored by your state or a state agency. Just look into that with your local banking institute and see how you can set that up for any children that you have that may be going to college. Or you may be an advocate for them going to the military. My husband and I did that. We went to the military, got a GI Bill to assist with our college education. So you may be a component of, you know, them enlisting in the military to get that educational cost covered. You may say, hey, well, I work while I went to school. That's what you have to do, you know. So either way, just, you know, just have something prepared for them or to assist them when they do get ready to enter college, so they're not bound by those student loan debt or bound by other things. You kind of want them to focus on, in my personal opinion only, focus on getting those good grades and getting everything that the college experience has to offer, educational wise as well as socially. So you don't want them to be bogged down by the finances of it. So if you are in a position where you can start saving early for your child, absolutely do so. Definitely also help them apply for scholarships as well as grants. And also, you know, it's nothing wrong with them having a part-time job, maybe at least during the summer, to kind of assist with the college costs, or even join the military. Thank you to all my veterans out there for your service. And so just make sure, you know, maybe that might be an avenue that they can do or that they're interested in. You know, even if they don't think they ever want to go to college, but they do decide to go into the military, make sure that they signed up for the GI Bill. It was a GI Bill when I went. That was many, many months ago. I went in the military in 1995. So, you know, I don't know if it's still called that to this day, but there probably are some educational benefits still available to you if you enlist in the military. So just make sure that your child, if they are going that route, whether they think they're going to go to college or not, that they make sure they take advantage of making sure they're signed up for that. And also, while I was in the service, you had the opportunity to take college classes and only have to pay 25%. That may or may not still be available, but make sure your child is looking into that if they still have an interest in going to college or just getting an education on somebody else's dime. There's nothing wrong with that. And number 18, use credit cards wisely. I spelled it wrong. Hold on. Cards wisely. Okay, so use credit cards wisely. There are credit cards that give you different perks and stuff like travel perks or cash back or just other type of rewards, but make sure that you're paying off that balance, that you're not charging more that you can pay off once that grace period is up, to ensure that you're not carrying over a balance, and then you have to deal with the interest rate and all that kind of stuff. You might have borrowed $200 and now you're paying, it takes $400 to get it back to them. So just be mindful of that when you are using credit cards, to make sure you're paying the balance off in full, and and look and see what credit card is going to be best for your family as far as, perks and things that they may offer you as far as that credit card. But just remember, do not, if you can help it, do not carry over the balance. If for whatever reason you got to carry the balance over, you may not should have charged it in the first place, because it's, how I want to say that, it wasn't a good financial choice for you to charge someone on a credit card that you couldn't pay it off in 30 days. That means you're spending future money on something right now. So you just need to be mindful of that. So just to recap today's tips for Are You Playing by the Financial Rules if you're 30 plus. 13 was make a will. 14, be mindful of your beneficiaries. Number 15 was prepare for the unexpected with supplementary insurance. Number 16 was preparing for the cost of kids. Number 17 was start saving for college early. And number 18 is to make sure you use credit cards wisely. You can catch me here every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Money Matters Morning Show, where we talk all things faith, finances, and the freedom of good credit. If you have any questions about saving, budgeting, eliminating your debt or credit, you can submit your question at bit.ly/asknefr. If you are a person that's had credit challenges and you want some assistance in increasing your credit worthiness, schedule your free no obligation consultation at bit.ly/book-with-Nef. Thank you so much for joining me, you live viewers. Also, make sure you tag and share. I truly, truly appreciate your time, and y'all all have a wonderful day. And remember, owe no man nothing but to love him, for he that hath loveth hath fulfilled the law. Have a great day. Bye.